Good morning. It is 4:30 in the morning. I've been awake for about, I think, 2 hours now. I am so tired. Hi guys, welcome back to By the Dick, and today it is so ungodly early. So basically, I have a morning shift today, right? I'm just awake for work. I was supposed to wake up a half hour ago, but things haven't been going my way. And I thought I'd tell you about it because, oh my God, this last 15 hours has been so rough. So let's go on a journey. Let's start where it started yesterday, right? I'm at work, having a good time. Everything's pretty okay. And the AC's been out in one of the rooms in the building that I work in, right? Which totally fine, not too much of a problem, right? And then it starts getting actively worse. It got bad enough the other day that my coordinator bought a thermostat, and they just put them up in some of the rooms that I have to be in for long and extended periods of time. You know, we've all kind of just looked at them and been like, haha, teehee, whatever. Yesterday, we had 6 fans set up in the room and it was still 85 degrees. So, I start telling coordinators and supervisors, I'm like, hey, just so you know, it's actively getting worse. Because normally it's 80 degrees, and I know 86 is not that bad, but it's bad enough that I'm like, hey, can we not? Can we actually do something else? And I left. I had to go home. I have no idea if they got fixed or not. And then, randomly, on my way home, my brain decided that it was gonna give me a panic attack. So I'm on my way home. My birthday's in a few days. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about it. My friends and family are asking me about my birthday and whether or not I'm gonna celebrate. Totally fine, right? In fact, very kind thing for my family to be doing. Thing is, and this is a little dark-sided, I find my birthday to be a burden to other people. And that is obviously a mental hill that I have to jump through. That's my own problem that I have to deal with eventually. Not only that, a lot of things have happened in my family and in my life recently that have caused my birthday to be a very weird point of contingency for me, where I'm gonna have to come to terms with not seeing a lot of people, a lot of people from my life. So I'm like, oh, this is bad. And I had a full mental break about it in my car on my way home from work. I haven't had a mental break that bad in so long. It was so bad. I was so uncomfortable. These eyebrows don't look anywhere similar. Do I like this one more? I think I like this one more. It's kind of fun. Of course, I like this one more, so I'm gonna change it. Because why not self-sabotage? I get home and I've allowed myself to cry it out in my car. I'm like, whatever, I've had a bad time. I'll try to sleep it off, Because most of the time, if I have a really bad mental day, if I just sleep, the next day I feel much better. It's normally due to exhaustion or not enough water or something that I am not taking care of myself. Correct? Correct. So I get home and I'm like, I'll just sleep it off. I go to sleep a little bit later than I would have liked, but whatever. I get to sleep and I have a pretty severe nightmare, which I have always had some pretty bad nightmares. When I start getting them more frequently is when it starts becoming a problem. And recently they've started becoming more frequent again. And I'm like, I don't want this anymore. I didn't want it in the first place, to be fair, but it's getting progressively worse. And of course it had to happen on a day where I'm already, feeling like shit. And so, I wake up, calm myself down a little bit, try to chill out, and I try to go back to sleep. Have a different nightmare. Which, to be fair, I don't know what I expected. Normally though, when I go back to sleep, if I've calmed myself down the way that I did and just worked through some things in my own head, I'm normally fine. I don't just go into another nightmare. Woke back up. It's 2 in the morning at that point, right? Woke back up and I'm like, okay, I don't have to be awake for another 2 hours, 2.5 hours-ish, right? So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just try to think some things out. Maybe I'll try to think about my life and what I'm excited for. And I just start spiraling. It just starts going downhill and downhill. And I'm like, maybe I'll doom scroll for a bit. Maybe that'll make it better. It didn't. Safe to say, seeing the state of the world right now, I was just like, oh, so everything sucks and is terrible. So my life sucks. I have to deal with this now as well, where everybody else's life also sucks. And all of us are sad all the time. And now I'm here getting ready for work because I was like, I just can't do anything right now. I like genuinely, the thing that's gonna happen next, and I can feel it in my bones, is either A, I record on my phone. Either A, my phone's gonna die. Option one would really suck because it's my timer for work. B, my iPad's gonna die, which is what I'm listening to music on. Would kind of suck, wouldn't be as bad. Or C, I'm gonna run out of space on my phone before this video finishes. So either A, you're not gonna see the final product, and I'm gonna record all the way through and think that I'm talking to somebody. Or B, I'm gonna realize immediately and then get really upset. But yeah, y'all, how's your morning going? Because obviously mine is. Because also, I was like, what if I just like make a TikTok? That'll probably be easier. And then I set up my phone in like 2 different ways and I immediately gave up. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm already frustrated enough today. I don't need this on top of it. The good news is though, is that I started doing my makeup. Yep, my iPad's at 5%. I started doing my makeup at 4:20, 4:30-ish. Looking at the timer on my phone, I started doing it at like 4:30. Which is normally when I wake up for work, so I have so much time to do my makeup. I can just chill. And you know what? I think I'm early enough that I could get coffee on my way in, which I never get to do because I don't know if you guys know this. I think I've talked about it before. I am a person who likes doing closing shift. In fact, I like closing shift so much that I love third shift. Third shift is my dreamscape. I love coming in at like, I don't know, midnight and leaving at 9 a.m. That's like my perfect shift. Most jobs don't offer that, or jobs that I am interested in don't offer that. Hell, even jobs that I'm not interested in. I have specifically looked for third shift jobs, and most of the time I can't find anything that doesn't require a certification. Like I end up finding, or things that I can do. When I was looking for jobs during, I think last year and like the beginning of the year when I was like 20, it was mostly security jobs that I had to be 21 to do, or bus driving jobs that I had to be 25 to do, or have 7 years of driving experience, which I certainly don't have. How many years of driving experience do I have? 22, 3 days. It's like 5, I think. That's wild. On the bright side of things, I turned 22 in 3 days. That's really cool. That's it. I had no plans for it, and some of my friends decided that we're gonna go see Weapons on Sunday. Well, my brows are strange. I don't know what to do. I think this one needs to be longer. It just looks short. What I'm trying to do is this like Pinterest book that I found while I was again attempting to doom scroll. There we go. Those look like kind of similar, sort of. It's like this, I don't want to say it's like fairy nymph, but it's like, I don't know. Obviously I'll put up a picture, but it's like orange eyeshadow and like white spots and like freckles. And I'm going to see if I can do it. Maybe not, but Also, just to be so clear, this is not the shirt that I'm wearing to work. I promise. I have my uniform shirt on under this, but it has the logo of where I work on it. So I'm keeping it hidden. I promise I'm not just wearing a bleach stained shirt to work. My job is chill, but I don't think it's quite that chill. You know what I never learned how to use? I never actually properly learned how to use color corrector. I thought at some point in my life I would, but I just don't. I don't think it's for me at this point. So the orange kind of starts at like a peachier tone. I need to get a new one of these so bad. Obviously the outside of it, it's a little dingy. Sometimes I get eyeshadow on my hands. The inside of it, you're so lying to me. I have no idea how old this thing is. But like, there's like no saving parts of this palette. That's so insane. I'm gonna try this like Sesame Street like tan-ish color. This look is gonna be nice for work because it's not gonna have eyeliner on it, so I don't have to worry about the eyeliner smudging all day. My eyelids are like super, super greasy. Even I could put pounds of setting powder and setting spray on, or I could put nothing on it basically. And either way, it's going to end up just like smudging everywhere or like all creasing to the center within like 3 hours. I'm gonna take this kind of out here. Again, it is a little bit like fairy core, I guess. So I wanted to kind of be like almost going into blush, if that makes sense. Very 2020. Speaking of 2020, has anybody seen that Homestuck is getting an animated show? That's kind of fun. It's weird that it's weird, but it's like on brand that it's animated by Vivzie Pop. Not gonna lie to you. When I heard it was Vivzie Pop, I was like mad, but I was like, I guess that makes sense. I mean, like, who else would have done it? I'm gonna try to mix the orange and this Lucky Charms palette with like this. See, this is falling apart too. I didn't even know this one was falling apart. That's upsetting. Anyways, there's a color in here called Noru. I think I'm gonna lay that down first, and then I'll try and mix it with the orange. I saw a bunch of people talking about how they want the like Homestuck fan space to come back, which like Homestuck fan spaces at cons. I was never a Homestuck kid. My parents didn't want me reading it because they let my brother read it. My brother's a couple years older than me. They let my brother read it and they were like, yeah, you're not reading that until you're in high school. And then I lost interest by the time I got into high school. But I remember those fan spaces at cons being like so inviting and like fun. Because I would go to cons with my parents and I just remember seeing them in the corner, or my brother going when we would all go to a con together and just being in that space the entire time, which is like fun. And I do hope that comes back. But I did see a bunch of people being like, you would not be able to handle that space. Not me specifically, obviously, but like the fan spaces now would not be able to handle that at the capacity it was at, if that makes sense. Like it was just so welcoming, and like and like fan base culture has gotten so much more afraid to be cringe. And so there's a bunch of people who were in those fan spaces in 2012 to 2020 being like, you all would never be able to handle what it is or what it was. I'm interested to see how they handle it, because I was never into Homestuck, but I did see I saw the layout of it. I know how the comic looks. I know that it's mainly text boxes, and like a lot of characterized speech is done through like a written form of like weird text type. Like I think it's, I could be getting names wrong. I think it's Nepeta that always types with like a 3 instead of an E or something. I don't know. I only know some of the trolls' names. Let's see how many I can name. Nepeta. I know that because I'm a Leo. That's about as far as I got with that. Nepeta, Terezi, Solix, Gamzee. I don't think I know anymore. No, that's so embarrassing. I thought I knew more. Equius, Aridin. Equius isn't one. Is it? I think Equius is one. Aridin I know for certain. Oh God. It's so weird because like, again, never claimed to be in the fan space, but I feel like it's like the same shame of like not knowing facts about a fan base that you were in. That's what I'm feeling right now. Very strange. Don't know why that is. I am realizing I didn't do my foundation, so that's gonna be a weird workaround, but whatever. So I just went and looked at how like the inner highlight works, and it looks like it goes like gold into silver because it is a really bright highlight without a flash. So I think I'm gonna do this gold highlight as the like center first one. It also doesn't go in very far. It's like very much just the corner, and then this Fenty highlight in the center will work. Why are my eyes irritated? Me layering 6 different types of glitter next to my eye. It looks like it kind of highlights, yeah, like I don't know how to describe it, but like the bend that goes like into your nose kind of looked like it was highlighting that too. So kind of push it up a little bit, and then I'll fix that weird bit in a minute, maybe. Okay, think from here it's like the white dots, but I'm gonna wait to do that until I have foundation on, because I want to make sure it like all can be there. What am I saying? That is so pale. I am not that pale. Holy shit. I am not that pale. And next to this orange, I look like a ghost. That's so wild. Anyways, I am gonna set my face with this spray. I'm gonna wait till I have a fan in my hand. And then I'm gonna do another layer of powder and then then do the rest of it. I don't know, I'll be right back. So oddly enough, I'm looking at the blush because I want to do the blush first. It's like definitely orange up here, but it goes into pink, like actually at the apples of her cheeks. So I'm gonna do this orange one first, and then I'll go into the pink. Also, I promise this will be the last time I'm talking about it, but since Homestuck is back, can we bring back creepypastas? Maybe, possibly. Because look, I know they're not attached. I know they're not. I'm well aware that they're not attached. However, can we, like, they're not attached, but they feel so spiritually and emotionally connected that I would love to have both of them back at the same time. I think that would be very good for many people. I'll probably pat that down, maybe. And then pink up here. Who knows? Maybe I'll just be extreme today. Maybe I'll just have a good time because I'm having a bit of a rough one. There's like the slightest bit on her nose. And I'm okay with having blush blindness today. It's kind of the point. I think the next thing is just the white. It looks like it's kind of aimed at the eyes, like where it is on the eyes is aimed, but then like around the cheeks it starts getting weird and like fun. Here's the thing. I do like this one. I think I am gonna use this instead because it's liquid, so I think it'll get like little tiny dots a little bit better. My number one fear is smudging everything after I just did it. Ah! Okay. And then I think after those, it can be a little bit like sporadic. Because it looks like she just did like her crease and then went kind of crazy. Looks like there's some white down here. Oh, that is a much larger dot than I meant it to be. I'll put some more dots like sporadically across my face, but for right now, before I go crazy, I'm gonna make sure they're all dry and then I'll move on. But yeah, I would love to see creepypastas come up again. I used to watch, this might be crazy, I used to watch Matthew Santoro videos, and I used to watch religiously his one about creepypastas, and they used to freak me out so fucking bad. I haven't seen his content in forever, and I think that's because if I remember right, he got into some like controversy because he was like reading off of Wikipedia or something like that. I don't know. Sucks because he seemed kind of fun. Like he would be like a chill dude. These freckles are gonna be the bane of my fucking existence. You know what I'm so angry about? I'm just now seeing this picture says AI modified, which on Pinterest just means that it's an AI image. And I'm so mad that I didn't clock it. To be fair, no, I should have clocked that. That's so aggravating. I'm so pissed. Stop using AI. Just get good. Okay, here's the thing. I've always been bad at making fake freckles. That's just it. The shape is kind of hard to me because they're supposed to look natural, so it's supposed to be kind of sporadic. This is going to turn out bad, and that's fine. I'm okay. Because I mean, like, does any of this look natural? No. So we're just gonna move forward. And honestly, you might not be able to see any of it on camera, and that's fine. Whatever. But yeah, does Matthew Santoro still make content? I haven't ever like gone to look after he like got into everything. I never went back to look at his stuff. By the time he had gotten like into everything, I was sort of already like going away from his content. Like honestly, I think I found out that he had done all of that like, I don't know, probably a month late. So I don't know. I feel like most top 10 YouTubers are like top 10 whatevers. I think most of them are kind of done at this point, which kind of sucks because they were so fun. Yeah, these freckles look insane, but I don't know that I give a fuck. So we weren't exactly going for natural here. I've seen a bunch of people doing like henna ones, like henna freckles, which, while I understand the point, it's kind of like using self-tanner, where I'm like, if you fuck that up, you have to deal with that for weeks, bare minimum, you know? So it looks like she has highlight on her nose, which I'm assuming means it's on her cheek. It's not on her eyebrow. You know what I want to get? I want to get a bunch of those about face liners or like eyeshadow sticks, just so that I can always do shit like this. Because I don't know if they're mouth safe. I don't know if they are. I've used them a ton on my own mouth, which is like probably bad. Note to self, if you don't know what's in it, don't put it on your mouth because you eat 90% of your lip gloss and like lipstick. So like maybe it should be things that should actually go in your mouth. I don't know. And I don't make good decisions ever. So like, who knows? But it stayed on so long the last time I used it because I used the black one for black lipstick all the time. See, like that looks more glossy than it did in the picture, but like I still think it's cute, so I don't care. So I think the last thing is just mascara, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I don't like wearing lashes to work. They get so irritating and I can't take them off. It definitely looks like lashes in the photo. You guys think I would look cute with calico hair? I've been seeing so many people dye their hair calico. Like one of my coworkers just did it and she looks gorgeous. And I mean, she was gorgeous before, don't get me wrong. But like she had like blonde hair before and she just put like the red streaks in it. I was like she looks so good. I'm like halfway between, I'm gonna cut my hair at some point. I think you guys can see it in the last couple of videos. I'm growing this out. I'm not gonna keep it. Whenever it gets long enough that I think I can actually have a hairstyle that fits my face, I'm gonna cut it, which means it's gonna be shorter than I've ever had it. And I thought about just like cutting it into a mullet and like dyeing it black with like blue and pink streaks in it because I thought that would be cool. Or like just having the tips of it be black and pink. I could have calico hair, which is like enough said for me. I don't want to put lashes. This looks so cute. I'm so happy with how this turned out, guys. Which like, it's crazy that when I give myself time and no like deadline or limit that I'll like how it looks. It's crazy how that fucking works. Guys, it's almost Halloween. It is like a nice reminder that my birthday gives me is that like we're less than 90 days to Halloween. I love Halloween. Not sure if you've guessed it. Okay, I'm gonna set this because I'm going to forget if I don't. If I don't do it on camera, I never end up doing it, which is so actually upsetting. I don't know. I think I'm gonna claw clip my hair up. I think that'll be cute. Because I struggle to work with my hair down. I think that's a skill issue, but like I struggle so bad. If my hair is just like this, I will not be working in a good way the entire day. I will have to have a headband up or something. Otherwise it gets in my eyes and it pisses me off. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I've had a wild 24 hours. And I'm hoping that this morning stopped it. And truthfully talking to you guys made it so much better. So thank you for listening to me have a crazy fucking morning and afternoon last night. And thank you for just being here. I don't know, just thank you. With that, use your free will today. Obviously I did. It was 2 a.m. when I woke up and I decided to do my makeup at 4 a.m. so that I could go to work at 6 a.m. It is currently 5:35. It took me 1 hour of free will to feel so much better about my day. So I urge you to do it yourself because I'm certain it will make you feel better too. I hope that you stay cool and that you stay cringe, and I'll see you later. Bye.